My name is Joe. 20 years ago, my wife and I moved to Lake County with our 4 young children and settled down. In that time, we've worked, worshiped, played, and raised our family. Today, I've met the people and discovered the businesses and organizations that make up a vibrant, dynamic community. Join us as we share with you what makes South Lake great. I'm Joe, and Joe knows South Lake. Hey, welcome. Happy Wednesday. Oh, I'm so glad Wednesday is here. You know, the cool thing about Wednesday is the week is half over. For some people, that's a bad thing. I mean, if you really love what you do, if you're in the middle of a vacation, Wednesday's not a good day. What about it, Jay? You think Wednesday's a good time?
It's the halfway point, Joe. So the halfway point's pretty good, right? So we're halfway there.
That's right. Theoretically, the point of no return. But since we're talking time, and time is linear, you couldn't really return if you wanted to.
Sure.
Look, Wednesday's cool. I don't know why. In my schedule every week, Wednesday always ends up being like my light afternoon evening. You know, Thursdays are heavy booked. Tuesdays are heavy booked. Mondays are heavy booked. Fridays, most of the time, something's really heavy booked. But Wednesdays, once 4 o'clock hits, I seem to be clear, and I don't know why. Anyways, so we're going to have... Thanks for joining us today. That's Joe's rant for the day, by the way. And I just lied. It's not my rant for the day. You know me. I'll rant about something else sooner or later. We got a great show for you today. We're going to talk about nachos. Today is National Nacho Day. We're going to talk about... we're going to give some congratulations to the winners of the election yesterday. We're going to have an election update. Really, this is all we're going to talk about it for a few months. Then we are going to continue with our Cup of Joe series, Gratitude Challenge. Today we're going to talk about the one up because I just couldn't bring myself to use the other word on air. And finally, we're going to have Stephanie Dible. She is the owner and franchisee of Your CBD store here in Clermont. We're going to learn all about the difference between CBD and THC, hemp and marijuana, some of the ways you can take it, some of its benefits. So you really should tune in. Look, if you're somebody with pain looking for alternative medicines, or you know somebody who struggles with pain, who's looking for alternative treatments, you really should stick around for today's interview. It'll be very, very enlightening and important. Now, we're going to hear from our sponsors, and when we get back, we'll get started. And you really got to get here because, hey, it's Nacho Day. Nacho Day! See you in a minute.
Hello, I'm Mary Rhodes with the mortgage firm, your local mortgage lender. I've helped thousands of families achieve the dream of homeownership in Lake County, and I would love to help you. Our team has over 30 years of experience helping first-time homebuyers, veterans, move-up buyers, seasoned investors, and more. Please read our reviews and visit us at mortgagefirmpros.com.
Hello, my name is Michael Singh with Singh Insurance and Financial Services. Our goal is to build trust based on a clear understanding of how your insurance policy protects you, your family, and even your business. When was the last time you took a good hard look at your insurance coverage? Would you be open to the possibility of reviewing your policy with me? One review of your policy can save you valuable time and money. Call me today to set up a review of what may be available to you.
Welcome back. It's always good to hear from our family of sponsors. And yes, I'm giggling a little extra because in the commercial break, I was getting into this conversation and I'm trying to become disciplined. So when Jay said mic's up, I just got quiet all of a sudden, right in the middle of a sentence. Oh, look, it's Wednesday. Let's see if we can have a good time, even though it's Nacho Day. Look, it is Nacho Day, and I asked Jay to bring up... Were you able to get that Newsweek thing? I asked Jay to bring this up because, obviously, Nacho Day is about nachos. This article from Newsweek, you can find it online. Lists several deals. You can bring that down now, Jay. That's all they need that for. I just want to refer to it real quick. Nachos, I was really surprised. Nachos started in the 40s. Apparently, there's a history. You can find it online. The guy was named Nacho that invented the dish. Obviously, America has done what we always do. Take a good idea and expand it on it. Come to what we know of today as that delicious, chippy, cheesy, meaty, spicy dish. And we have as many types of people as there are ways to make nachos. Some people like the real cheese, some like canned cheese, some like chicken, some like beef. No matter how you like your nachos, go out and get some today. It's very comforting. I know that a couple of places. Where'd I go? Okay, here we go. Moe's has a deal today, $4.99 for an order of nachos, but you have to be one of their rewards members. So sign up for Moe's Southwest Grill and go get that. Taco Bell actually has no special today, but they have a new nacho meal that's actually quite reasonably priced. And finally, putting on my glasses. Oh yeah, my favorite nacho place is one of my favorite things to do is go to Beef O'Brady's, and they have a steak nachos that's really, really good. And I many times order it as a meal when I go out with folks. All right, congratulations, election update. This is real quick. I want to thank everybody who went out to vote. Look, if you didn't vote, no complaints. Congratulations to Jim Purvis, who won over Joe Gustafson with 61% of the vote. Joe Gustafson got 38. That was seat 2. Seat 4, Heidi Brischke at 57.5% of the vote. Ebo Nsua, 42.5%. The term limits question was yes. The residency requirement for city council was yes. Montverde had a charter referendum, which passed. It was a yes. Mascot, seat 3 for which is the mayor's seat. Mike Sykes at 59% of the vote beat out Barbara Kroll for 47% of the vote. Couldn't be 47. 41% of the vote. Can't even read my own handwriting. Mineola, seat 5. Joseph Saunders at 65% of the vote beat out Paul Giacalone. I probably just butchered his name, who had 35% of the vote. Sorry, Paul, if you're watching. To all of you who won, great job, great race. Please, please, please keep in mind that you are a servant of the people. You are not a leader. You are a servant. And for those of you who did not win, I encourage you, please keep involved in the process. We need the guys who tried just as much as we need the guys who actually succeeded. So, and you never know. Your involvement might mean you succeed next time. Now, Cup of Joe, the gratitude challenge, the poop. How are we grateful for the poop? Well, look, I was having a great conversation with Nancy Cummings, who was a guest last week, about, we were both sharing, having coffee, and talking about a life situation that we're both going through. And you know, it's been this situation, circumstance has really been kind of upsetting me. But Nancy talked about how it's making her grow and making her change. You know, the truth is, if you look back, we're going to make a gratitude list. And what I'd like you to theme your gratitude list on is the problems, is the challenges, is the awful things or the failures in your life that you've seen. You know, I have a dear friend who was a drug addict, quite an extreme drug addict. And he's been clean and sober for a while now. But if you talk to him, he will tell you that while he regrets the people he hurt, he's very, very grateful for the addiction itself, because it put him in a spot to eventually look at his life and change some things. So he has things today, a business, relationships, respect that he never would have had he not had that struggle. What is it in your life that has caused you to grow, to change, to get perspective? It's so easy to feel sorry for ourselves when we're not winning as quickly as we want to or in the way we want to. It's in those moments that we need to find our piece of paper and write down on the gratitude list. And in this case, I'm going to suggest you do a little more homework. If you're in the midst of some crap and you put it on your gratitude list, take a minute to write one or two things under that might be a positive effect of that challenge in your life, of that failure in your life. Look, I've learned 100 ways to not do some things. When I was growing up, my dad was an alcoholic, and I love him to death, but he was an awful father, okay? But the blessing in that I'm grateful for that today because of Dad's example and the many things that he did wrong. I was able to not follow in those footsteps. I didn't know how to be a good dad, but I knew how to not be a bad one. And it's because of that, because of my father, that I was able to be a good dad to my kids. So in reality, while I had a lot of struggle with him, it's his fault I'm a good dad. Find a way to be grateful for the challenges, because the challenges will what make you strong and lead you to the growth and success of tomorrow. Okay, enough about the challenge. I hope you're taking along. You should be starting to feel some of this. We are going to talk to somebody who had some challenges in their life. We're going to go to commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to hear from Stephanie Dible. She's the owner of the new Your CBD store here in Clermont. She's got some great insights. She's got a great story of how she got involved with CBD treatment, and she's got some great insights, and she's going to give us the truth about CBD and how to take it and its advantages. When we get back, we'll have her. See you in a minute.
Welcome to Erica's Tea Room. Located in the heart of downtown Clermont, this specialty tea shop offers a traditional high tea experience that can be enjoyed with family and friends. While here, you can choose from over 100 teas from all over the world, and a multitude of teapots are available for purchase. Join us for lunch or choose from one of our special evening events. Call to make a reservation. Erica's Tea Room, making memories with every cup.
The best things in life aren't items we can grab and hold. They are the moments that grab and hold us. Moments that captivate us, inspire us, and enrich us. Moments that bring joy, strength, and peace. At Sing Insurance and Financial Services, we help you to treasure these times by being there when life's most difficult moments arise. Through our services, you will find independence, flexibility, health, and security that will prosper and protect your life. Whether you are driving that new car, buying that new home, opening that new business, or building a new family, we provide you the peace of mind and freedom to enjoy life's best things. Your next moment is waiting. Are you ready?
Are you tired of having drugs or alcohol ruin your life? Do you need to get off pain pills, but still maintain pain relief? My office in Tavares has programs to help you. While not covered by insurance, program fees are affordable. My name is Alan Zupkin. I'm board certified and have helped thousands of patients achieve these goals. Please call me for further information.
And welcome back. Once again, I don't want to miss it. Heart to my sponsors. I love my sponsors. And if you're one of my sponsors, I appreciate you in ways that I cannot express. You are literally on my gratitude list every single day. Well, we have with us Stephanie Dible. Stephanie,
Hey.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
You know, what you do, there's a little bit of controversy surrounding, and I think a lot of it is based out of some misconceptions. Okay, tell us a little bit about. Oh, I've got to do her. I almost forgot her introduction that I worked really hard on too. Okay, Stephanie Dible is the franchise owner of Your CBD store Clermont. She is the founder and president of Eternal Bliss. She's the founder and head baker of Eternally Sweet, which was a home-based cake business. She's the proud wife of Jeff and the proud mom of Alana, Owen, Addison, and Olivia. Wow. You know, that all by itself is,
a lot.
I mean, it's a schedule filler right
Yes,
there.
for sure.
Let me ask you this. How did you get involved with the CBD industry?
Well, as you mentioned, I am a baker, and so I've mixed and baked for many years. So that's caused me to have some carpal tunnel. And so we've had some friends that started a business. Actually, were coming down to visit us from Arizona and telling us that they were starting this CBD business. And we're like, CBD? Kind of like everybody else. Are you sure?
Yeah.
What is this
What do you
CBD?
say, you know,
Are you
marijuana,
sure this
but
is
you got
yeah.
some plants in the back. What's going on,
Like,
right?
tell us a little more about this CBD. So they kind of told us about the company a little bit more, and we said we were going to meet up with them. We didn't get to meet up with them, so they went back to Arizona. But there's over 500 stores nationwide. So we looked up the closest one to us, and we went there and kind of learned a little bit more about it. And with my carpal tunnel, it would wake me up at night, like terrible pains. So they gave me a little sample of the topical cream after they kind of educated us a little bit on CBD and all of that. And when I woke up in excruciating pain from this, I mean, I would go days with numbing in both of my arms and just so much pain. So I rubbed that on at night, and slowly but surely, it just kind of took my pain away.
So
And
it
I
sounds
was
like
like,
you weren't
okay.
even really like trying to use this. It's like you were
Right.
desperate. It's what you had, so
Right.
you used it. So what were the results?
Oh man, it was amazing. I really don't have, I mean, I'm not baking and mixing as like I was before, but I mean, I've tried everything, Tylenol. I had tried Aspercream. I had braces on both of my arms when I would sleep at night, and my husband bought these ones with these UV lights or something in there that was supposed to help, but nothing really would take
Kind of like
pain
the
away.
capillas to make my hair grow back. The
Right.
laser lights, right? You're welcome, Jay.
So and I started using it, and I'm like, man, this stuff is legit. I need to tell my dad about this, because he's got back pain, and it was great for headaches as well, they told us. So anytime I would start to get a headache, I would rub it on that cream on my head and then my temples, and it would slowly but surely just
So
take
you
the
were
headache away.
hooked though because of the carpal tunnel. How long did it take to take effect? Was it like the next morning?
Oh no, it was almost immediately.
Really?
Yeah, just slowly it just kind of started taking it away. So and night is when it would hurt the most, and so that's when I'd keep it by my bedside,
So you checked out the business. You believe in the products now because you've used them. I mean,
Yes.
it's hard to use something that's effective and go and not believe in it.
Right.
So maybe you had some questions that were still going on. How did you make that decision to jump? I mean, you had to close down your cake business. You got 4 kids and a husband and a life to live anyways.
Right.
What was it that made you guys make that jump?
I mean, just seeing everybody's testimonies from it just kind of made us more like, man, this stuff is really good. I don't know. It was just like, you know what? I believe in this stuff. And after seeing like everybody start to take it, and I had my dad to start take it for his back injury, and it took him, at first he was like, I don't think this stuff is working, but he continued to take it, and after like week 3, he was like pain-free in his back.
Wow.
He had a knee issue that went away. He's got sugar diabetes. His diabetes went from like 150 to 106. Like just seeing all that, and then just, continuing to see people use it and just seeing the benefits from it, the relief that they're getting from it. We just wanted to help people. And we just wanted to show them, like, this is a natural alternative that you can take other than a pharmaceutical medication that's going to cause all other kinds of side effects that you'll be on, by taking one, you've got this side effect.
So I'm sure that the stability of the company, 500 stores across the country, that says something.
Yes.
And SunMed is the supplier of most of your products.
Correct. Yes.
Which, and they're a stable, large company. There's no questions there. So educate us a little bit. So you get into the business and you've opened the store, and I am absolutely sure I've actually been surprised at some of the sources that I've talked to that you would think know the difference between THC and CBD, and they don't. They think they're exactly the same. So educate us a little bit. What's the difference between CBD and THC? And I think we just brought up your graphic here.
Yeah, so CBD is actually found in both the hemp and the marijuana plant. However, the hemp plant is full of CBD with just trace amounts of THC. And then marijuana is full of the THC with kind of almost the opposite, trace amounts of the CBD. So THC is the psychoactive effect that you get when you smoke or when you use marijuana. It gives you that psychoactive effect and that high. CBD does the opposite. It does not have that. It's a non-psychoactive, and it's actually an anti-inflammatory. So it helps to draw that inflammation out of your body. So when you do take the CBD, our bodies actually naturally have an endocannabinoid system, and so we naturally produce similar compound to CBD. So then when we take it, it helps our bodies to produce more, and that draws that inflammation out, and it helps with so many issues that we have.
Wow, I didn't know that we had a natural system that allowed it.
So it's funny that we actually have that in our bodies. So
is that the big difference between hemp and marijuana? I didn't realize they were both. I didn't realize cannabis was like a species, and then each one is a strain.
Yeah, so they're
cousins. They're cousins.
Yeah,
I like that.
They're cousins. Yeah. So, but yeah, the marijuana does more of the psychoactive.
Oh, here,
effects.
this is the graphic you provided about
Yes.
the endocannabinoid system,
or the ECS system.
I
It's
am a
easier to
Marine.
say.
that word has a little too many letters for me.
Yeah, that's why they break it down, ECS. But yeah, so we have all these receptors from our brain and our central nervous system all the way down to our toes, from CB1 receptors and CB2 receptors. So THC actually naturally binds with those CB1 receptors, which are in your brain and central nervous system, which causes you to have that high. But CBD actually blocks those, so it doesn't give you that high, and it helps with all that other stuff. So, yeah. Very interesting. So
then give us an idea of some of the things. I mean, obviously, you're not going to use, we famously, marijuana is used medically for chemo patients and radiation patients to help with nausea and pain and other things. And there are some diseases they say that marijuana might actually be a better treatment than a lot of the pharmacological solutions. To give us an idea, some of the stuff that you would confidently recommend. Is it just basically pain? If you're in pain, come get it, or is there other stuff that it's recommended for treatment for?
Well, we can't say this is going to be specifically, hey, take this, it's going to help you with this. Everybody's body reacts differently to it. Everybody's body produces more cannabinoids than others. So some people might just need a little small amount. So, a lot of people that are suffering with arthritis, inflammation, even seizures, insomnia, things like that, they'll come in looking for a natural solution. A lot of people that are in pain, that have car accidents, back pain, knee pain, most of it is just caused by inflammation that's in our body. And so
I just want to be clear. It sounds like it has the pain, it's anti-inflammatory, so that's helping some with the pain. But it sounds like it's a pain. A doctor actually described once to me, I was having an issue, and what he was giving me wasn't working, and I kept going back, and they finally well, we can't give you anything stronger. And I said, you're missing, I don't want anything stronger, I want something that works. And I finally got to a good doctor that said to me, well, the problem with most pain medication, Joe, is it doesn't solve the problem. It just makes you so you don't care that you have it. And I'm like, no wonder we have an issue, right?
Right.
So my question is, how does the CBD work? Would you consider it a pain reliever? Would you consider it, obviously it doesn't produce the high. So what is it doing? The cannabinoid system is great, but for the layman, what does it mean for me? Is it obviously it's primarily used for pain and relaxation? It sounds like to some degree.
For stress, anxiety, kind of helps us to just be more calm, and yeah, like you were saying, the endocannabinoid system your doctor was saying how a pharmaceutical drug might just help that one, basically block it. But then on the other side, you think of your endocannabinoid system as being kind of like a mobile, like a child's mobile. So if you've got, this one thing over here that's like, in pain, the doctor gives you this medication, and then before you know it, your mobile is now like this. It's no longer in a homeostasis mode. It's going like this, and now there's something up here that's going crazy because it's a side effect from this medication. So then you take something here, and then you're going this way, and so the CBD
for homeostasis. For those of us that are a little less, I don't want to say, shall we say, sophisticated. I'm assuming that refers to a balance, physical balance.
Yes,
right?
So it basically puts our bodies in a balance. It balances us out.
And you actually said something that I'd like to pivot off of, is that you said that it's natural. And that's, I think, something that people miss. So it derives directly from, what's the process to getting CBD? Obviously, I'm not going to chew on hemp.
Right.
And we're starting to see that smoking marijuana is just as bad, so that even when we're going to use THC, technology is bringing us to a place where we don't need to smoke it. How do they extract? What is the process for getting the THC?
So we have,
or the CBD.
CBD. We have 2 farms, one in Oregon and one in Colorado, USDA farms that are approved that grow our hemp. We get our hemp from them.
Regulated by the USDA.
And yes, and then it goes through a CO2 extraction process and draws those oils out of the plant and the stems. And then we have a third party that tests it and says whatever is in our bottle is actually in there. Because a lot of companies don't have that third party testing their products. So that's a big, big, big thing.
Okay, so we have an effective product. We have a high quality product. How do I take it? Do I gotta inject it into my arm like insulin? Tell me how we take it and some of the products that you have.
There's different ways to take it. We have gel capsules. You can take it by mouth that way.
Just like an aspirin.
Just like an aspirin. We've got tinctures, which are sublinguals that go under the tongue, and that basically dissolves right into your glands.
Is that kind of like an oil?
Yes.
Oh, he brought up your Facebook page, yes. So you can probably refer to there.
Yeah, so we have tinctures, we have water solubles, which goes in any water-based beverage, so you could put it right in your coffee, your tea, juice, anything like that. We've got different flavors that we have for those. And then we have the topical creams. And then we also have, we just got a new roll-on, which is basically the same as our topicals. It's a good on-the-go thing. It actually has a 4% lidocaine in that one. Gummies. I don't know if I said gummies,
so
edibles.
You could take it, or edibles.
You could take it edibles. We also have pet products. So the same way that
CBD
it affects
for your
us,
pet.
CBD, affects the pets just the same. They have the same system as we do. So we have dog treats. We have tinctures for the dogs.
I know a few puppies that could calm down a little bit. Yeah. Let me ask you this: Do you have any relationships yet? I mean, I know you're new. You're this year. Do you have relationships with any local healers or any doctor's practices? Are you seeing people yet that are coming looking for an alternative sent by their doctor or their physician?
Yeah, we've got Dr. Goetz actually came into the store the other day, and she's been referring her patients to come because she's been researching CBD because they're just now teaching it in med school, so a lot of doctors aren't really familiar with it
so
completely.
It's the way of the future. We're going to see a lot more natural stuff.
And some are shying away from it, but we always tell you to make sure that you do check with your doctor before you're taking any type of CBD products. You want to make sure that it doesn't really interact with too many medications, but you always want to make sure that you're talking to your doctor about that.
So let me just give a couple of takeaways for people. So if I'm a recovering drug addict, it shouldn't cause me a problem.
Correct.
Right? I mean, because I'm not going to get the high. I'm not.
It actually helps people come off of those opioid addictions and off of the addiction to marijuana because it's the opposite effect. So
I actually
it kind of helps people
my brother-in-law was telling me that he's been using it because he had a bad accident, was having a lot of pain and problems, and actually said that in like a 4-month period he lost 20 pounds.
Wow.
Because he wasn't as stressed all the time, so he wasn't like stress
Yeah.
eating. And I was like, wow, that's
great.
That's a benefit nobody talks about.
Yeah.
I wanted to get to the doctor question because I want to make it clear to people that, we could talk about prices and how much does the average guy have to have, but it's going to depend on what's wrong with you. What does your doctor say, what the recommendations might be. And I know I asked you this question at your ribbon cutting, and Stephanie and her husband were very good not to give me medical advice.
Right.
They were very clear to say, well, at somebody your size with your problem, this can be a recommended dose from the bottle. But you should probably talk to a physician if you have something that's chronic. So that really impressed me that, you really encouraged me to work with my physician and not to just go off and start swallowing a bottle of CBD, I would like you to actually look into the camera and tell the people how they can find you. And that way, what do you want to say to them?
Okay. Well, you can find us on Facebook, Your CBD Store Clermont. You can also find us. We're located off of County Road 455 and Highway 50. 13809 is our address there, and we are suite number 4, but you'll see the big sign, Your CBD Store. But we encourage you to come in, get more educated on it. If you're having questions, if we can't answer them, we'll find the answer for you. We're still learning as well as we go because we're still new to this, but we're seeing such great results from everybody, all of our customers that are coming in. There's a new testimony every day that we're like, oh, okay. I had someone come in the other day that said, you're not going to believe this, but I'm not even wearing my glasses anymore. I can see stuff better. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I didn't realize, but maybe that inflammation is coming out of her body. Maybe that was causing her to not be able to see. So everybody has a different testimony. It affects everyone differently. So, but if you have any questions, stop by and see us. We'd love to educate you. Sit down, have a cup of coffee. We're a very warm, inviting atmosphere. You can kind of sit down.
Do you guys have seminars, and do you do things?
We haven't had a seminar yet, but we will
but you're
probably
planning
in the future.
on it?
Yes. And we've got, like I said, over 500 locations nationwide. So we've got some stores in Ocala also that do seminars, I think, weekly. We've got them in Lakeland. They do seminars on the weekends. So we'll probably start that soon.
Seminars coming soon. I just wanted to say, Stephanie was real good about telling her address, just so you know, for a guy like me. They're near the Publix that's by Magnolia Point. So if you are driving down 50, headed towards Montverde, it is not quite that far. If you get to Magnolia Point, you need to turn around. They are across the side street. I don't even know what that
Publix.
street is. It 455. Is that 455? Oh,
that takes you right to Mount
take
Verde,
take the turn down 455, and they'll be on the left side across from Publix. All right. Well, Stephanie, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
I really appreciate it. This was very educational.
Yeah, thank you.
Once again, if you have any questions, you can reach out to Stephanie. You can stop by the store. They've always been very kind and very welcoming to me. I'm sure they will be to you. They can answer all of your questions. If you know of anybody that should be a guest on Joe Knows South Lake, please reach out to me. I'm sure Jay has the information up. If you know anybody that should be advertising, and you should be advertising, that's a secret. The gossip of the day. Advertise on Joe Knows South Lake. Seriously, if you know anybody that wants to sponsor South Lake TV and all the community education programs that we have, all the community services that we do, or if you know somebody that wants to sponsor Joe Knows South Lake and get on my gratitude list, just reach out to us and let us know. And I will remind you that there is greatness inside you. Dare to let your greatness out, as Stephanie has done, helping people and running a good business while she does it, really reaching out and helping people make a difference in their lives. And finally, we have a great show tomorrow, home front. I'm actually going to interview somebody who just moved into a brand new construction. We're going to talk about the process of building a house and getting it closed and moving in. Some of the things he should have done, and maybe some of the things he shouldn't. So we'll see you tomorrow. I look forward to it, and I hope you do too. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.
My name is Joe. 20 years ago, my wife and I moved to Lake County with our 4 young children and settled down. In that time, we've worked, worshiped, played, and raised our family. Today, I've met the people and discovered the businesses and organizations that make up a vibrant, dynamic community. Join us as we share with you what makes South Lake great. I'm Joe, and Joe Knows South Lake.